So are you close to manifesting your SP or specific person? So when I was asking what to read for today, I got SP. So the question that came to mind was, are you close to manifesting your SP at this time? Okay. So the first card that I got was the Angel of Time. You're working too hard. I know that's discouraging, but when you're manifesting something and you're in the feeling of it's really hard and it's not working and I'm trying everything, it does mean that you are in a lot of resistance, right? So energetically, your system's trying to tell you that you're trying too hard in a way that's going against, as Abraham would call it, the stream, right? So there's one thing to be consistent and persistent. That's different than trying too hard. And I know that's sometimes difficult to wrap your brain around, even was for me for a while. But it's, when you're manifesting something, you want to be in a state of knowing. And when you know something, it's not really hard, right? You just kind of know it. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like, what color are your eyes? Brown. Do you know your eyes are brown, right? It's some things that are pretty easy for you to be like, yeah, they're brown, unless of course you want to change your eye color, that kind of thing. But when you're manifesting things, and of course, you're going to try different things, and that's okay. You're going to try different things, that's okay. You have to find, sorry guys, excuse me, you have to find your rhythm when it comes to manifesting a certain thing. So the Angel of Time is just saying, the time is going to be extended the harder you work, right? The longer and the harder you work, as in the more you're working against what you actually want. Okay? So I'm not sure what technique you're using. You could be using affirming, visualization, getting into the state, however way works for you. But you may want to just examine how you're feeling when you're doing the technique. Sometimes that's a good indicator that you're resisting something in general. Is you're feeling frustrated or overwhelmed. It means that resistance is coming up, okay? So either you approach it in a different light, because if you're at this point, you're probably like, I'm not seeing any movement. And then I know there's always movement in the background, but you got to trust your intuition sometimes. Your intuition will tell you, like, you need to move to something else. So either change up your affirmations or your visualizations, or add in something like visualization and allow it to kind of percolate in your consciousness. So allow the visualization to change the energy of the situation, right? Sometimes people will say to drop it, and that's not always a bad idea, especially if you're overwhelmed, because I find that when you drop it just for a day or two and just do something fun, it will reset your energy to more fun, right? So do something that brings your energy up, because when your energy is up, you're back in the flow. That's what that means. They're not saying, I don't mean let go of what you want. That's nonsense. You'll never let go of what you want. It's a desire, so it's going to stay, right? It's a desire, so it's something that's meant for you to manifest, right? So look at it that way. Working too hard, right? Sometimes I also say, if it's something that you're kind of going back and forth on, you may want to revisit what you actually want, right? So some people they want a specific person, that's fine. But sometimes it's good to sit back and be like, if I could, I don't know, come up with a person from just my mind, like from my imagination, from everything I wanted, what would that person be? What would they look like? What would they be like with me is a big important one. It's actually the most important one. It's how would they treat me? How would I feel with them? And write out a list of that. So to be honest, when you're on the highest timeline, you'll manifest someone from that state. And if it's that specific person that you think it is, they'll naturally move into your life. or another one will, and you'll be like, what was I thinking? Honestly, guys, I see it over and over again because I help people manifest lots of things, marriage, partners, all the time. It's not a hard thing to do. I know when you're having trouble with it, it seems like it, and it's, that's okay. It just is what it is. We all have different areas where, we struggle with, and that's fine, okay? So ghosts of the past. Sorry, guys. So the past returns for a time. Oh, lovely. So when you're manifesting things, or when you're really actively trying to manifest something, a lot of the past may return, because what's happening is, your garbage is coming up. Let's be real, right? Because you're trying to clear it out. This doesn't always happen, okay? I don't know what they call it in the law of assumption. I think it's called a purge. It doesn't have to happen, okay? However, our brains are wired a certain way, right? So don't judge it either way. It is what it is. Doesn't matter. So the past comes up. If all of a sudden certain things or behaviors start to come up in your life from other people, just see that as a sign of, okay, this person's starting to behave a certain way. Or let's say you're going on several dates. Let's give an example. You're going on several dates, and then all of a sudden you're getting ghosted all the time. And you're like, what the heck is this, right? Like, you're not quite used to being ghosted on your dates. It could be that, your fear of rejection is really trying to be seen. So from your past, when you're young, or like when you're a young child or a teenager, or you're rejected by, you perceived being rejected by your parents or friends, family, just see that as, okay, it's coming up to for me to be aware of it, because there's something underneath. So if it's underneath, it's going to come up eventually, right? So it's a belief system that needs to be cleared, right? Because whether we know it or not, in the subconscious mind, it will create what it's been programmed with. So if stuff like that's coming up, it's okay. Just be like, okay, good. Now I know that this is an issue for me. Now I'm going to actually work on acceptance, right? So accepting of myself, right? Or saying affirmations like I'm loved and accepted. They always say I'm chosen. If that sits with you, whatever works with you. Mine was more like I'm the one. I'm the prize is actually the one I tell people to use all the time. I'm the prize. Like, I'm the prize. Because when you're in a relationship, you better be the prize, because you never want to feel like the person's on a pedestal, like above you. That is not. If you ever feel that way when you're manifesting an SP, drop it for now and really work on your self-concept, because if you're below them on a pedestal, you'll never trust that that person's going to be with you, or be whatever, faithful to you, will treat you well, because then you are definitely on the wrong path. So I would sit there and think, I am the prize. Like, of course, people want to be with me. I'm so amazing, right? This is true, right? So think of it that way. So if your past comes up, don't judge it. Just be like, okay, this is a belief that's been sitting in the background and I didn't notice it, right? And, let's be honest, if we haven't manifested what we want, there's something in the background that's still there that we're not aware of. Or else we'd have what we want. Like, some people, naturally, it's easy for them to be in relationships or to find relationships, and other people's not. Why is that? It's only a belief. It's only a system of belief that you have in the background that you haven't been able to basically uncover. You're not aware of it because it's really hard to look at it sometimes, or you haven't just been able to clear it. Either way, it doesn't matter. Now you're aware, right? So notice in the next few days or week what's coming up. Like, if this is happening in my reality, because my reality is a mirror, what does this say about me? Right? What does this mean about me? As in, not mean as in ultimately mean, because that's not true. Sorry, maybe restate it. What would this indicate I'm believing? That's a better way. What belief system would I have to hold in order for me to experience this? Right? That's your clue. And once you get there, then you'll understand the self-concept you need to work on in order to manifest your SP, okay? So I would say at this point, I'm hoping that you got here because you are getting clarity and you're going to get there, right? So see it that way. You're getting there, as in now you have the answer you've been seeking as to why it's not quite working. Here's the block. Now remove it. Listen to what I say, as in you are the prize. You are the prize. Put it on a sticky note. I don't know. Write it out. Whatever. Do whatever you need to understand this within your being. Do whatever you need to understand this. And then it'll be like easy peasy. Whatever you need, whomever is the best for you will show up in your reality. So hopefully this helps. I'm Lady Grace. I'm an oracle reader, rune reader, and energy healer. I also do oracle readings that are, again, specific, that get right to the, let's be honest, right to the root of what you need to know to get to where you want to be. Because I'm about manifesting with efficiency, right? But a lot of times we can't see what we can't see. And that's what oracles actually are there for, okay? So hopefully this helps. Have a good day.